The DNC and Harris and her economic plans, Mark, got to start with that. I mean, it's hard to argue against, right? Who's going to argue against lower taxes or lower prescription drug prices, lower grocery bills, et cetera, or for that matter, affordable housing? I think the important question, which is unanswered yet, is how is she going to pay for all this?
Well, Martin, she's building on the budget that the Biden-Harris administration put forward just a few months ago, the fiscal year 2025 budget. Very detailed as it needs to be. Lots of different line items. You can see exactly spending and taxes by year out over the next 10 years. That's the budget horizon. And at the end of that, at the bottom line, they are raising more revenue than they are increasing spending, so that it reduces deficits and debt. And she's building upon that. Some of the things that she's proposing will add to deficits and debt, but she still ends up with enough money to pay for it all and then some. And just to make that crystal clear, the reason why she's able to pay for all of this is because she's raising taxes on corporations. She's saying, I'm going to raise the top marginal rate on U.S. corporations from the current 21% to 28%, and I'm not going to allow the current tax cuts for high-income, high-net-worth households to stay where they are. They're going to go back to where they were pre-Trump, and that's going to raise a lot of tax revenue. So she is actually paying for everything she is proposing, and again, then some, because there's a deficit reduction in the plan.
Okay, that sounds good. The question is, is this going to be able to get through Congress? One, and that depends on the composition of Congress, which we won't know until November.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, and the most likely scenario is that she's going to be if she won the presidency, she's going to be dealing with a split Congress. It's very unlikely that the Democrats are going to control the presidency, the Senate, and the House. Therefore, she's going to have to work with Republicans, probably in the Senate. The Senate looks like that's going to flip. It's currently under Democratic control, but that looks like it's going to flip over to Republicans. And so she's got some work to do there. And you're right. The proposals she's making today, or she made last week, are unlikely to become law, certainly not as proposed, given that structure of Congress. She's going to have to compromise on that if she became president, of course.